Hello everyone, my name is your Big Pain. Welcome to a video of 50-50%. This is 50-50% of realism and fiction between fights and armies and who knows what, you name it. And this is the Covenant versus the Republic. And there will be rules. There is no UNSC, and there will be no Palpatine. There will be no Order 66. There will be no Sith, and there will be no droid separatist army. There will be some Forerunner objects, and since there will be some Forerunner rings, there will be 1% chance found in the huge galaxy, because it is the galaxy far, far away the war will be taking in place. What is the Covenant? A lot of Star Wars fans will ask. Based on that, there's a lot of them that do not know Halo itself. What is the Covenant? The Covenant are these aliens that are the terrorists of the humanity race of Halo lore. They think the human is vermin, and therefore they do not believe their religion. Therefore the prophets, the big daddy bosses, tell them to execute every human in sight. Man, woman, child, they don't give a damn. Yep, that is evil, and reason why we are talking about the Jedi versus the Covenant. Let us start with the Covenant first, since everyone needs to know about them. The Covenant have the huge ships, which also has these beams to glass planets in good and would leave toxic air. It will also leave burned and glass grounds. There will be no life in sight. In time, things will grow to natural air once again, which will be decades later, more than years later, in truth and facts. Well, that is years, yes, but decades is 10 years. It could be a century to get back to normal, dude. Think about it, man. And also, the Covenant also has little cruisers that only are like frigates. Kind of like Star Wars frigates for the example. But also are bomb frigates as well. Truth be told, the frigates can bomb buildings, and they can bomb enemy structures, which are the ships and space stations in outer space. The weapons they have are actually somewhat powerful than the Republic weapons. For example, the Needler. Realistically, if you shoot it in the ground, if you shoot it at a tree, if you shoot it in a person, it will explode. And that exploding in no time, in a instant, if there's a lot of needles, that man is gone. I know in games it does not show, but in reality, it will be told of truth. The plasma rifles are actually the common rifle as the DC-15 long range rifle, and it is somewhat long range, but the plasma repeater is faster, and plus the cooldowns of the battery would take less. But the battery itself would charge down, will take a lot of battery so fast. It'd be like your iPhone being on flash and on bright 100% at the same time. Your battery's gone, son. I'm sorry. Grandma, stop using so much brightness. You're not blind. The plasma pistol will be holding charge to release a powerful plasma firebolt to either take down your shields, energy shields, Republic shields for the example, or will take off a limb in an instant. Like in the Halo TV show, this spawn actually holds the fire pistol so much and will blast off the elite's head. The elite's head has no head. It was the Headless Horseman. You know the children's story is the Headless Horseman. He was looking for the head ever since. Now for other weapons, the combine rifle is actually a long-range rifle. Can actually snipe up heads pretty good. Poke a hole through it, it will be just fine. But it's not a sniper rifle. It can also take down some shields pretty quick if you fire it real fast. If you do not fire it real fast, it will actually be a disaster and you would die in an instant. But the rifles are tough and there is no shielded combat, but if there is, you will actually end up being a losing state. The beam rifle is actually a powerful sniper rifle. It can take off heads pretty quick, including getting rid of your whole head or your whole limb in an instant of that beam. A powerful sniper rifle for these little creatures called the Jackals or the Sangheili elites themselves. And the plasma turrets, you could take them off with brutes or take them off with some Sangheilis if the Sangheili is strong enough to actually take down their enemies. It's just like the miniguns. Your own minigun of Covenant form. And Embrace is the elites have their own shields just like a Commando themselves. So the elites and the Commando themselves are actually toe to toe against each other. The grunts or the Ognites, they can die quick, but in overwhelmed numbers, you actually are surrounded and can get killed in an instant, just like a whole bunch of B-1 battle droids. The Jackals are somewhat fast with their plasma rifles, needles, and shields, sometimes having the energy source from the silhouettes, the golden elites, will actually cut down enemies in an instant even through shields. It does not matter. Unless you're in the lightsaber combat, that Jackal will lose. The Scammer Ratio actually are the fastest ones, just like the Jackals, but more fast than them. They can overwhelm you with their speed, thinking there's so many of them, and then you will get killed in an instant. But either the mouth or their weapons, which is a plasma pistol or the needler, sometimes a plasma rifle in reality. In reality, they can actually carry beam rifles and actually snipe off just like the Jackals can. But the Scammers actually have more of a sharp eye than a Jackal, so you better run like Steel can, little man, or the fat man. That fat ass can't go nowhere, and your fat ass gonna be dead by that Jackal in a heartbeat. Better start getting exercise while you still can, fat boy. The big brutes are generally are the biggest, toughest guys of all. Can flip off some of the vehicles, can actually take on a lot of commandos. It'll take 10 commandos to take on one brute or 2 Wookiees. 2 Wookiees to take on a brute. I am telling you the truth. And they also have their own weapons, like the spike weapons. Spike blaster, which actually shoots out spikes to pierce through armor. But clone armor is tough. It pierces some, which leaves some indents or some actual holes, but not all the way through because the tough armor is actually good. The spike pistol can leave powerful indents or powerful holes, but not able to cause enough flesh unless you actually have a lot of brutes with these spike pistols to actually kill off that clone in an instant. They also have these field rod cannons that are actually more powerful enough to take on against vehicles, which are anti-vehicle weapons and also ground units. The hunters, on the other hand, are these worms from a meteorite in these big armor types and their big weapon shield and their own shield rod cannon. And their back is exposed. In reality, if they don't have their back covered, they can move faster and look up and fire upwards with strength in their heavy armor. But if they cannot, they have their backs covered and they mainly just frozen. They can't do shit. I'm telling you, they're much more better off with their backs uncovered, but at the same time they're vulnerable and can get killed easily because the clone troopers have flamethrowers and grenade launchers and rocket launchers and you name it. To be honest. Oops. And there are these little cute guys from Halo ODST which are enslaved. It's called the engineers. They can basically fix your ships properly in one go. That's an enslaved thing. They can also do technician. They can hack through systems. But nothing can go really unhacked if it's a R2 unit. For example, you can even hack through R2. R2 is actually stronger than the engineer. Can't think of a name. Calm down, Josh. You're getting excited. And saying Haley elites are more of a kung fu tactic, like almost like commandos. But why are they toe-to-toe against the commandos? The elite miners and the elite martial ground units are actually head toe-to-toe against these commandos as strong as them. But if you're up against a Siluet, which is the Siluet is the gold armor, or the Ultra, which is the ultra and white armor, you're screwed as a commando. You're dead. Unless you're a Jedi. The Jedis can actually take on head to toe against a Siluet or a Ultra, unless you are like a very skilled master like Anakin Skywalker with the Swordman, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or even Master Yoda or Kit Fisto. You can take on a lot of these Ultras as a one man, though some of them can actually be very powerful against Jedi in a heartbeat with no go slow poke. The Wookiees, on the other hand, if you need help, the Wookiees will come in. If it's a very important needance on a planet or on a mission. And also the Gungans will actually swim underwater if they're also needed for this with either Kit Fisto or Kit Fisto species with a lightsaber. It will actually be a pretty good ambush with the scuba troopers of the clone army to go up against either underwater missions of either a terrain planet or a ocean planet to take on against the Covenant. And plus, some of these Jedi can actually feel the flow within the Covenant, thinking that the Singhalees have conflict, feeling that the Agonis, the Grunts, have the conflict. Several of the Jackals have the conflict. But in reality, a few of these brutes will also have conflict as well, which is rare. So the Jedi will also bring them in, including one of the counselors from the Covenant will actually join the Republic if the Jedi uses the flows and passion to also choose the wars and in the peacekeeping way. Like Master Yoda, for example, will actually have a few of the counselor elites from the Covenant to join on the Republic side and have a lot of these Sangheili elites to join, including the Honor Guard from the Prophets, and then will actually take down the Covenant. What happens if they find a Halo ring? The R2 unit will scan through it. If they see it as a bomb, they will destroy it. So therefore, wait, what if they see it? Yeah, some of the Republic Jedi and some of the Republic clone troopers, including the Admirals that are not clones, are very, very dumb. Fiction-wise and not realism. Though there is 50% chance of realism and 50% chance of fiction, it will be 50%, most likely 100 of realism to destroy the Halo ring in an instant from the Republic. So who will win against this huge galactic war between the Covenant and the Republic? The Republic will win for the example. Teamwork, friendship, firepower that's just very powerful, including turning your laser spreads against powerful armor and flesh. For the example, Wookiees with their toughest guns, Guggins with their fast agility just like the Sangheli's, and also Master Yoda would bring more and more people in and into the Republic Army and also peacekeeping. So therefore the Covenant will lose either way, even if it means sending their toughest units or a big scale invasion, they will just lose in an instant. Even with tactical ways, the Jedi will feel everything in an instant with the war going around them. And Yoda feeling the storm, but also can feel the giant temple being attacked with loads of Jedi will actually connect to the Force if necessary, or can actually deal with realism and fiction. The Jedi will all head back with their clone armies to attack the Covenant fleet. So either way, the Covenant will lose. I hope you guys enjoy this fiction and facts of 50-50% episode 2. And as always, I will see you all later. Bye bye.